On top of being our chapter president and one of our founding members, Darbi is involved in NHS, Scholars Bowl, and drama. So you can see as a member of any team, she has a great batting average. So please join me and let's hit it out of the park for your home run hitter, Darbi Park.
Good afternoon, fellow DECA members. When I found out that DECA's theme this year was to make it count, I thought to myself, how am I going to do that? After qualifying for ICDC last year, I didn't know how anything could compare. But after a lot of thought, I finally realized why not run for a general state officer position for Kansas DECA, which is what brings me here today. If elected to the executive board, there are three main assets that I believe I can contribute. I like to not only refer to these as my 3 C's, but to compare them to a baseball field. First base is communication. As an officer, I want to emphasize what is happening on the executive board and make sure that all chapters in Kansas are informed of what is happening. Second base is community. I want to make sure that Kansas DECA is one large community and we are not just seen as a bunch of individual chapters. I've experienced with creating camaraderie because each year I organize our school's fall homecoming carnival, which not only brings together our school but our whole community. Third base is continuity. DECA is an amazing organization that is always continuing to grow. And DECA also helps transform new leaders, including myself. So that is why I urge you this year to make it count, and you are able to do so by hitting it out of the park and voting for Darbi Park. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my fellow DECA members. My name is Omar Khan, your current state vice president. Now, I've been in state office for almost a year, and I've learned from the best what it takes to run this fine organization. That's why I stand before you today to introduce my pal Gabe. As we've worked together, he's demonstrated an incredible amount of responsibility, leadership, and an obvious passion for the continued advancement of our state association. I present to you the man of the hour, Gabe.
Hello, my name is Gabe. I'm treasurer of Blue Valley West. Now I stand before you today to enact a little role play of my own, convincing you, the charming young judges, that an unopposing figure such as I is qualified for state office. Now, figuring out what I was going to say today, I could speak of many things. For example, yes, I did qualify to state last year to compete at nationals, but I feel that speaks little of my leadership or anyone's. What I do, however, speaks to that is that during my time competing, my experiences have led me to converse and work with many leaders across the state and nation, including Cy Omar, the current Kansas DECA president and vice president. And so I've combined many ideas with my own as well, in an aggregate plan to make DECA, your DECA, much better than it already is. First of all, many candidates speak of using Twitter and other media to, for example, increase membership and other things of the sort, but I want to do something new. I want to use things like Google Hangouts to establish personal connections and workshops across the state, minus the hassle of travel. As well, I want to continue our strong partnership with MDA because I believe in giving back to the community, which has given us the opportunity to make it count, our theme for 2014. And finally, I want to foster a sense of fraternity in this organization, so we can affiliate not as schools or even regions, but as a state, as Kansas DECA. And I believe leadership requires more than just words, but actions as well. And in the words of President Teddy Roosevelt, speak softly and carry a big stick. Well, I possess that leadership and that drive for action. I assure you, I will bring my big stick. Thank you, Kansas DECA.
My name is Mateo Small, and I'm the campaign manager for Sam Roberts. I've known Sam for 8 years now. He was one of the persons who persuaded me to join DECA, and I'm so glad he did, because if he didn't, I would have never known all the wonderful people who are part of this club. I believe Sam should be elected for general office because he works very hard and he is constantly recruiting other DECA members. Without further ado, here is Sam Roberts.
Thank you. Just like Mateo said, my name is Sam Roberts, and this is my 3rd year in Kansas DECA. If I'm elected, I'll bring my skills in marketing, which I have demonstrated as I've competed at the national level in both my freshman and sophomore years. Also, I'll bring my determination, because once I start something, I will not stop until it's finished to the best of my abilities. which really carries over into my work ethic, which I always give 110% on everything that I do, because if you aren't doing your best, then why should you do it? I'm very passionate for DECA, and this, partnered with my business knowledge and the skills I've just mentioned, I think makes me the perfect candidate for general office. If elected, my goals are first to increase membership for Kansas DECA, as well as to increase the active membership, because if we increase the active membership, people become more involved and more successful for Kansas DECA at the national level. And we're really only one step away from becoming a national power at the national level, and I feel if we have more active members, that will really be possible for us. So remember, a vote for Sam is a slam dunk. Thank you.